And good sunny Sunday morning to you all here on the channel, guys. Eric here from Nomadic Fanatic. I'm coming to you from the city of Xolo. Diana and I are going to run some errands here after church. We're just running a little early, and I've always wanted to stop in here. Don't know what this place is, but it sure looks quirky. Oh yeah, not an Airstream, but a beer stream, a converted Airstream trailer that at one time was a fancy bar. You can see the table on top and the door to serve. Look at this. They even got a school bus over here on a stage underneath the carport. Big old mini split on the front. And it says point of historical interest here. Can you imagine this place in its heyday? It's something straight out of Sturgis, almost. The old colorful seats here and the open air arena. There's another school bus over there. Big, huge stage. Man. And a nice little covered gazebo. I mean, this place is not far from being able to reopen and be something special, but I don't know what happened here. I don't know what it was even. Interesting. So yeah, we're on our way to Sunday morning church. Got some coffee. Diana's over here in the truck. And then after that, I am going to track down the world famous tiny house community of Xolo, Arizona. Yeah, there's such a thing, guys. Deep up Porter Mountain is supposed to be a hidden little private community of nothing but tiny homes. And there are a couple for sale as well. You have to be a tiny house to be able to live in this community. So that's going to be really interesting to check out later this afternoon. So come on with me for a little Sunday vlog trip day with Diana and I. Say hi, Diana.
Good morning.
We've got our coffee, so we will check back in a couple hours, okay? Bye-bye. All right, now we're going to hang out this afternoon. I found it, guys. Tucked away, hidden away here in Xolo, Arizona. Luxtiny, or Luxtiny. This is Arizona's tiny house community. It is a community of nothing but unique tiny homes. And I think there are a couple for sale. You have to have a tiny home to be able to rent here. So I think people own their little homes and then they pay a lot fee to the community of Luxtiny. This one's like a log cabin with a matching shed back there. Now, a lot of them looks like have mini splits to run. It's a lot like a mobile home park or an RV park. I don't know what their rules are for sizes and stuff like that. But I mean, look, everybody has a tiny house on both sides of the street. This guy's got no neighbors off in the field there. You are very, very close to your neighbors here. It looks like only room for about one vehicle outside, so you gotta enjoy that lifestyle. Look in the window over there. There's an orange boy sticking his head out right that window right there looking at me. Little orange boy. That's a really nice one with the brick wall there. And they got a little garden back there and a catio. Wow. There's some nice ones. Ooh, look at this, Diana. There's one for sale. So again, I don't know how many cars you're gonna fit in each one between sites. This one's for sale. It doesn't have a price. Doesn't have a price. Looks like a holder for firewood out here. I would love to see the inside of one of these, but I mean, they must all know who to go to have these built. That one's really neat. Yeah, it's either a shed, a garage, or an outhouse in his backyard back there. Oh, and look at this tiny one here. That is the smallest one I've seen here. That literally just looks like a barbecue shack or a shed or something.
I like the rustic look.
Yeah, definitely rustic. Let's see. See how these two have very similar builds? They also both have the exact same Gibson mini split system. So they're either buddies or they were built maybe by this community and then sold here. There's another one here for with a for sale sign on it. This one right here, what's this say? 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath. It says $136,000 for that tiny house right there. Now I do like the fact that it's got no neighbors on that side at least. You know, because a lot of these, you're side by side by side. I mean, he does have one very close neighbor there that he could reach out and high five to, but you've got this little section here, I guess is included because he's got stuff all over. And then you still got to pay lot fee to the owners of the property, whatever that is, just like a mobile home park. Power, water, septic, garbage, stuff like that. So, I mean, these aren't cheap. It's not cheap living, but it is definitely an alternative way of living in a big house. Less to heat and cool.
Less to clean.
Clean. Yeah, so there are some benefits of tiny homes for sure. Look at this. There's like a little bridge that goes over possibly like a wash area or something right there. Definitely gets moist right there. I can see the mud right there. And they built this little bridge to go over. Just taking notes just in case, you know.
Oh, they have the little lanterns. That's what I was looking at.
Oh yeah, little solar lights.
Yeah.
And then a treated wood base down there, all the way to, you know, where water might sit.
It's pretty simple to make. We
Yeah,
can do that.
that way you don't have to reroute your washes on your property. You just build little walking bridges so you can walk over it without getting muddy. And look at this pine tree. Yeah, they have some nice pine trees here. They have a wonderful decorated yard. Wow. That is a really nice yard. It's cozy. Everything's cozy here. Okay, we're walking down another road of these. They got an awning on that one.
Good afternoon.
That one's just like a lean-to style. Afternoon.
See, everybody's so friendly.
Yeah, very, very friendly. And it's surprisingly quiet here also.
Like a deck walkway, maybe for a wheelchair.
Like a ramp, yeah. I like that natural wood look on Site 22 here. That's cool. For sale. Does it have a price? No, they didn't publish a price on this one. Whoa, it's like an Old West saloon look. Oh, doggies next door don't like me talking. Sorry. No, that is actually very rustically cool. That's actually not black. It's more like stained brown with a porch.
That is so cool.
Look at that. It definitely has that Western, like, tombstone vibe facade.
It. Can you buy me this one, please?
You want to live right next to other people, though? What? Oh, they got the boot scrubber? Yeah. Absolutely essential here in the winter to having these boot scrubbers. Diana's trying to peek in there. It's tiny, Diana. It's tiny. Even the lights on the outside, they actually fit. They really fit this design, so that's cool. Do you think it's like really quiet? I mean,
Yes.
I mean, we are in a very tight quarters, like house to house, and it seems like everybody's got at least some kind of a dog to bark at you.
Yeah.
But-
People are pretty quiet.
Hey guys. Let's see, there's that little one there. Again, really, really thin. Another really thin one right there, and that's for sale. I'm gonna check this one out, Diana. Site 30 here is possibly one of the smallest ones. It's a simple design, really. I mean, oh, there is a price. $100K. $100,000. I wouldn't even know if that's a good deal or not. I mean, maybe for a little vacation house out here, if you like to ski. Look, it's built on a, you gotta see this. It's built on one of these ginormous trailer-made trailers. Not the fifth wheel style, but the style that goes into the bed of the truck. And there they got the mini split and the propane for the systems and stuff like that.
So this one we would be able to move it around.
Yeah, it's got wheels underneath the base right there.
Yeah.
So I bet not everything has been built here. A lot of it's been built and then brought in and kind of put on a foundation.
Well, there's companies that will build it for you and then they deliver it to you.
Oh, that's cool.
Or you pick it up and bring it to wherever you're moving to.
Oh, okay. A lot of different ways to do it. They built a nice little carport for their Ford Escape. And over here, they don't want to rely on power necessarily, so they put a bunch of solar panels on the roof up there. But they also have a propane tank here to fill up for heat and stuff. That's probably the way to go. Get propane, and then you can have washer, dryer. heat, food for prep. Yeah, and just have them come out and refill your tank. I mean, okay, you're not off-grid, but are any of these off-grid? No, they're just alternative housing. It's not an off-grid community. It's just alternative. It's different.
Look at this one.
Yeah, they may. It does match. I wonder if that's like a little shack that has power too. Here's another one with a matching shed next door. Might be like a little kitchenette or something in there.
Yeah.
I like the green roof here.
Cute.
That works. That is actually the smallest one we've seen, right?
Yeah.
That is the smallest tiny house that we have seen here today. Probably no bigger than my bus as far as square footage. And easy to cool and heat, so. All right, one more row here. Look at this one. Looks like they're doing construction because I got a truckload of wood, but look at all this cedar fencing around here. Here in Apache County, well, not in Apache County. We're in Navajo County right now, but in Apache County, we can build a fence 8 foot high without a permit on your property. I believe that's about 6 foot, but look, that gazebo, guys. So if it rains, or if it's windy, or it's too hot and sunny like that, Diana, we're getting one of those.
Yeah.
Even the dirt. Or we could get pavers and have pavers put down so we're not in the mud, but having a shelter like that that's open for working.
It's an outdoor patio. You see that?
Oh, it is. It's a screened in. It's all screened in. Look at that. That's cool. No bugs, no mosquitoes, no skeeters. And then next door to him, this one's made of 3 different materials. You got white siding, and then you got cedar wood, and then they've used some of that aluminum as well. It's almost like they used what was available, like what they could find, and they put it together.
To cover the sides.
It doesn't match, but it works. It's functional, right? That's not a tiny house. That thing's huge. You can't be here with that huge tiny house.
Put a brick around it.
They got a massive deck also.
I want a big deck like that.
Yeah. All right, and as we come around the end of the last cul-de-sac here, just a couple more to look at. Hey, look, he just freshly put down rock. I mean, fresh, there's still mounds of it over there. That's what you do to combat the mud, because look, this turns to absolute mud, but right here, that's a ticket. Let's see, there's a yellow one there. This just kind of loops around. Another little one there. You can see Site 35 here has a little bit of a garden area out there. So, yeah.
Look how they made their patio with that see-through.
Oh, yeah, they've got,
Carbonate?
yeah. It's almost like a roofing material that they use as siding. I guess it gives you a little bit of privacy, but still lets light in. So that's cool. So there you go. Is it Luxtiny or Luxtiny?
Luxtiny, I
Luxtiny, maybe? Yeah. It's a cool little community.
Yeah,
I'm glad that there's
cute here.
places like this that cater to something a little more alternative, so you don't have to have that house. I just wish the lots themselves had a little more room between them, you know. So.
Yeah.
But maybe this is a social area. Maybe you come out and it's like you talk to your tiny house peeps,
Neighbors, yeah.
and barbecue and share stories. Like just open your window and talk to your neighbor through their window next
you got
door.
a cup of sugar over there.
Have a little string so you can pass it through. When I say these kinds of things, I don't hate on people and their choices. We all have a different way of seeing things. I think Diane and I, we look at it and think it's cool, but we like our space and privacy, and we like being a little more remote. Now, Tater Acres is ridiculously remote, and we constantly, ever since she's gotten up here, we constantly go back and forth. Is it worth it? I pretty much think every conversation we have ends with a smile, like we're okay.
Yeah.
Yes, there's things that we would do differently, but I wouldn't trade it right now for something closer to the road with power just because we need it. Yeah. There'd have to be a lot of other reasons to leave the remoteness of Tater Acres for me. I'm not saying that I want to stay out there forever and just never see people, but right now.
It really is nice having that.
It's nice and quiet. Hey, you see that tree?
Which one?
It's not a real tree. Look,
Oh.
I gotta show them. So off in the distance, right in the middle of your screen, let me zoom in. That's a cell phone tower. That's a cell phone tower, and they're hard to find up here in the White Mountains. That's not true. I was just telling you guys earlier that we have a couple brand new cell phone towers that were constructed before COVID, but then never got up and operational because a lot of the locals, natives of these lands, they shot them down in court and said, we don't want it. It's bad for our health. So cell phone service is tough to come by up here. We're happy that we have Connecten internet working really well. But oftentimes our phones will just go to SOS like randomly for no reason. Yeah. It's tough. It's tough to stay connected. But we're managing. We got a couple more things we want to do. Go shopping, maybe grab a bite to eat. I'm going to go to Home Depot, Walmart, some thrift stores. So we'll catch you guys in a bit. A pretty good day. Stocked up on a few groceries. Got some Home Depot stuff for the property. But, you know, I'm going to take Diana out. I'm both craving some pizza. So we're going to check out the pizza factory here in Xolo and check it out, see what they got on a Sunday.
Yummy.
Yum, yum. I don't eat a whole lot of pizza anymore. I'm just trying to control my heartburn and stuff, but it's a special treat every once in a while. Let's go see how this is. I guess this is the right time to get here because we're all alone. Like, the morning rush is gone here. There's an arcade back there with Guitar Hero arcade. We went with the little minis here because we couldn't decide on one that we both liked. So I got the all meat, and Diana got the Greek mini here. Yeah. Good looking pizza though, I'll tell you what, it looks good. Put a little parm on there. Oh yeah. I'll tell you who has good pizza in town, El Charo Beer. They actually have really good pizza.
Charo Beer?
That one just fell apart on me and made a mess. Yeah, the Mexican restaurant.
They have pizza there?
Mm-hmm. Really good pizza.
Rock it, honey.
No whammy bar. We toss them, they're awesome. I don't know. I think Guitar Hero was better than the pizza. You strike out sometimes. It's fun to try new things. But yeah, that was a I would say thumbs down on the pizza.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got work to do back at the homestead. Let's head back. Well, it's dark again. This seems to happen every single time we go out to town, but we just lose the whole day. But I don't feel guilty about it because this lifestyle makes us kind of say, hey, we're out. Should we go do this? And I think that's kind of the norm, you know, when it takes you a while to get to town. We went to Walmart, I swear, one thing on the list, one thing. I spent 100, you spent 70, because you just kind of realize that, you know, stuff's, you know, and I don't want to give Walmart a whole bunch of credit, but I mean, going to Safeway and spending $15 for a 12-pack of Coke and then buying the same case of Coke for $6 at Walmart. I mean, it's kind of like, I mean, you know, yeah, it is what it is. We're going to have a little fire, a little burn barrel fire here. And then we're probably going to start working on the next projects. We got some cool stuff at the thrift stores. One of them is for a future video, and it's in the back of the truck. It's for the kitties to get this fire going. It's getting chilly quick.